Thomas, where you at, in Sweden? Wow, okay. Guess my videos are really getting out. But the reason that I'm doing this live, I kind of want to talk about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. Um, as you guys know, I put out the video letting you know that the 2024 Honda Goldwing will be coming out soon. So we all know what the changes are going to be, which is just the colors. So we can finally put this thing behind us and move forward. Somebody is tuning in from Asia. Okay. Well, I just wanted to put this thing behind us so we can move forward and kind of talk about some of the things that would keep us from purchasing a new Honda Goldwing. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I would like to see some new changes on the newer style Honda Goldwing on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm kind of glad that Honda did not make any changes to the Honda Goldwing, and I kind of want to talk about that too, about why I'm glad that Honda decided to leave the bike just as it is, except the colors. I think a lot of people are kind of disappointed. Robin Du Bois saying big disappointment. Robin, why are you disappointed? I want to talk to you guys and see how do you feel about the new Goldwing. Are you happy with it? Were you hoping that Honda was going to make some changes? And if so, what changes would you like to make to the new style Honda Goldwing? And I'm kind of 50-50. One part of me is glad that Honda didn't make any changes, even though I would like to see some new things on this new Honda Goldwing. So I'm going to be talking to you guys. As a matter of fact, I want to take some of your phone calls. So I'm going to open up the phone line and I'm going to let you guys call in and tell me how you feel about this new Honda Goldwing. So my phone line, the telephone number, I want you guys to take it down, is 901-468-9032. If you guys want to call in, I want to hear from you and see what you think about this new Goldwing. There we go. I'm gonna make sure you guys can see me and hear me okay. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I got a lot going on here, trying to be the cameraman, the audio man, trying to do it all. I'm kind of like a one-stop shop. Dennis asking, Chris, what would you like to change? I'm gonna get into that in here in a moment. What are the improvements, new features, if any, for the 2024 Honda Goldwing? So I've been seeing a lot of chatter online about this new bike, and a lot of people, a lot of you are unhappy about it, and I want to find out why, because you never know who watches my videos, and believe me, they are watching. So tonight I'm gonna give you an opportunity to say how you really feel. Thomas Gardner says he's more concerned about the new fuel standard coming from 2025, which will likely force Honda to drop all but the DCT models. Like I said, on one hand, I was wanting to see some changes, but the reality is I'm kind of glad that they didn't make any changes, and I'm going to tell you why. Anytime that Honda changed the new style Honda Goldwing, or if they change the new Goldwing, what's going to happen is we're not going to have any accessories for a while. So I know a lot of you probably don't think about that, but anytime that Honda bring out a new model, there is not any accessory. So when a person go out and purchase this new bike, if they made changes, they're not going to be able to get any accessories for it for quite a while. So you would eventually probably get some accessories from Honda, but they're going to be kind of expensive. You know, I can remember when I first bought this DCT Honda Goldwing, because they changed it from 2018 through 2020 was the same bike. And then they changed it in 21, and that's when I decided to pick up this DCT model. Well, they had upgraded the trunk and a few other little subtle changes, but I was wanting a trunk rack. And at that time, since it was so new, there was not a trunk rack available. Shortly thereafter, a trunk rack became available, and it was a Honda line trunk rack. That trunk rack cost, I think it was somewhere about $500 just for the trunk rack. And then the light that attaches to the trunk rack was like another, I think another couple $100 or something. So that trunk rack with the light, I think at the time was somewhere in around about $650 or something like that. And it wasn't like, it didn't have sequential turn signals. It didn't have right and left turn. It was only brakes only. I think it was tail lights and brakes only. And that was with the Honda line stream, like it was like a streamline Honda rack. And then at some point, Gold Strike came out with a trunk rack, and then now you can kind of find some aftermarket trunk racks for this new style Honda Goldwing. But if you think about it, at that time when they first came out with it, you couldn't find any accessories for it. Just like on the 2018, when they came out with the 2018 model, guys was looking for highway pegs because we were so used to having accessories for the previous generation Honda Goldwing. I mean, you can find anything you want from the 01 through 2010, and then from 2012 through 2017. So accessories was just abundant. But when they switched over to that 2018, riders was looking for highway pegs. You couldn't find highway pegs. You couldn't find LED lights. Just the accessories that you would normally go out to purchase, you couldn't purchase it. So you had to wait a while just to get those accessories made for the bike. And I think at the time Honda came out with like some switchblade highway pegs or something, and then people was complaining about how they was pulling the side of the engine covers off and things like that. So now we got Gold Strike, we got, you know, karaoke highway pegs. You got different manufacturers that make these aftermarket accessories that we kind of take for granted. But if you think about it, if Honda would have changed the Honda Goldwing, we wouldn't have any aftermarket accessories for a while. So on that note, that's why I'm kind of glad that Honda did not make any changes. I would like to see some changes, but Honda did not make any changes except the colors. So that's kind of where we are at this point. So if you guys have something you would like to say about this new style Honda Goldwing, my phone line is open, 901-468-9032. A lot of you have been asking for live in the Caliente Garage, and here we are. We're live. So I'm going to kick back and just kind of read some of your comments and kind of see what you guys are saying. If any of you would like to call in and just say what's up, say hello, or if you have a comment that you would like to share, or if it's something about this new bike that you like or do not like, or if you want to even talk about why you're going to buy this bike or why you're not going to buy this bike, and what do you think about the colors that Honda came out with for the 2024 that's going to be coming out, I'm assuming around like the first of the year or after the first of the year. Okay, Robin says big disappointment, same bike at all. Thomas says rumored that 10 models will be dropped from Honda's lineup due to emission standards. Thomas, I don't go on rumors, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to, for me, I have to wait and hear it from the source. So I don't get into the rumors. I mean, that might be totally true, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I don't really pay too much attention to rumors because nobody knows what Honda is gonna do except Honda, and it might be 100% accurate, but we'll just wait and see what happens. William says, I think consumers had their hopes up too much for the 2024, but get your wallet ready for the 2025 because that will be the 50th anniversary and Honda will most likely give us some updates then. Again, William, Like I said in my previous videos, I believe that Honda probably would not make any changes except the color. Now, I could be wrong, but I said that a few months ago. I said it here in recent videos, and I announced here in the garage that on the website you can now see the 2024 Honda Goldwings, and just like I thought they would, they changed nothing but the color. So I'm not surprised. So if you're looking for a change on the 2025, I wouldn't hold my breath. Now they may decide to make some changes on the 2025 for the 50th anniversary, but it wouldn't shock me if they just, throw some 50th anniversary badges on it and keep it moving. That's what I expect, but again, I could be incorrect. Kenneth Dupree. What's up, Kenneth? Kenneth says, thank you for your videos regarding adding accessories to the 2021 and up. Some of the best, in my opinion. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Thank you. Terry C. Do you work for Honda? No, I do not. I do not work for Honda. I'm not sponsored by Honda. To be honest with y'all, Honda don't even recognize me. But they watch. I believe they watch. I could be incorrect, but I believe they watch. But no, I do not work for Honda. I'm not affiliated with Honda. I just love my Honda products. I love my Honda shirt. My Honda generator. You guys can't see my generator. I love my Honda generator. I love my Honda products. But no, I do not work for Honda. John Wilson said, I don't care for the cheap looking black on the side cases and trunk lid. Wish they would paint them all one color. I like the white bike with the blacked out exhaust. And Terrence said, how long would it take before it hit the showroom in the US? Again, I don't work for Honda. So I just want to put that out there. I just love my Honda products. But if I was guessing, if I was a betting man, I would probably say around February. Maybe late January, early February. Might even be March before you actually see it on a showroom here in the US. But again, I don't know. It may be December. But if I was a betting man, I would probably say between February and March. But we'll wait and find out. And Wayne, good evening from Brooklyn. What's up, Wayne? I see you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to do this live in the garage. I know I work a lot and I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and make videos. And I know you guys think that's all I do, but that's not the case. But with that being said, I always get questions. People always asking me, Chris, when are you gonna do live in the garage? I want to call in. I want to talk to you. I want to participate. So that's why I don't have a schedule. I just do it when I can. Maybe one day when I'm older and I can sit back and kick my feet up and do nothing but make videos. But right now, that's just not the case. So I do the live in the garage when I can. But if anybody would like to call in right now, my phone line is open. I'm giving you guys an opportunity. 901-468-9032. My phone line is open. If you guys want to call and get in. Dennis Morrow, you had a nice Goldwing jacket on earlier. Yeah, Dennis. That jacket was given to me by Solo. I mentioned that in a couple of videos. I really appreciated that, brother, for sending me the Goldwing jacket. It was really, really nice. And that thing was warm too. It was really, really warm on that Goldwing jacket. You on with Caliente live in the Caliente Garage.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Who we got on the line?
Awesome. My name is Jeremy. I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Jeremy from Wisconsin.
Yep. Just wanted to toss a little bit back and forth, about the colors of the new model, the 24 model years. I think Honda's missing quite a bit that they could be doing with the color options that they have.
Right.
I was really hoping, I saw the green, but they don't offer that on the touring model, and I think that's kind of disappointing myself. The black's been around for quite a while, the color, and I don't know if the white is going to be quite right.
Yeah, a lot of people was kind of disappointed with just them coming out with those three colors. When I talked about the 2024, I didn't mention the bagger. And I kind of figured somebody was going to say something and complain. I was reading some of your comments and they said, Chris, you forgot to mention the bagger. I actually did not forget to mention the bagger. I just wanted you guys to know that it's up on the website, and people that's watching my videos can go and check it out and see for themselves and research for themselves exactly what Honda is planning to do for the 2024 Honda Goldwing. But I think some people was a little bit disappointed, especially with the colors that you can only get maybe the green and the bagger, and you couldn't get it in the tour model and vice versa.
Correct. Yeah, but Honda, I think they've got their own mission, and they're not telling us exactly what's coming up in the new products. And maybe it's at the end of the line, the end of the product cycle for this one, and they're bringing out new exciting ones for the newer models for 25 and plus.
Right.
And they're just ending this one with the parts that they have left over, and that's a possibility.
Right. Yeah, because I'm looking at this 2024, and let's check this thing out and see what it's showing. 24/7 for the manual and 25/7 for the DCT.
Yeah, I don't think the pricing is out of line. I think the pricing is right in line with its competitors.
Right.
So I don't think that's a fault.
Right.
So, but it's just disappointing with the colors. And for that part, I'm just not, that doesn't make me want to go out and purchase a new Goldwing. So my 2016 is awesome, and it's probably going to run for 100 million miles. So that's how Honda works.
So you got the 2016. Were you thinking about purchasing the new Honda Goldwing if they had made changes?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just waiting for the official debut, because everybody's got the rumor and hype mill running. It's going to be this or that, but like you always said, just wait for Mother Honda to just bring out their products and display it from them, so they can see, or they can show everybody what they are going to offer. So, but it's just not making me want to run out and go get one.
Right.
So, and my 2016 runs awesome. It's a touring Goldwing. I have the trunk, and it is just an awesome bike.
That's correct.
So,
Jeremy, I'm kind of glad that on one hand that Honda did not make any changes to the new Honda Goldwing. I know that may seem a little selfish, but now I would like to see some changes on a better Honda Goldwing. But on one hand, I'm glad that they didn't make any changes, and let me tell you why. The only reason why I say that is because if Honda would have made some changes, anybody that was looking to buy the new Honda Goldwing would not have any accessories for the most part. And if they was able to get some accessories, they would be some Honda accessories, and believe me, they would be expensive. Even for the simplest little item, like some foot pegs or something just very simple. So on one hand, I would like to see some changes, and I was hoping that they was going to make some changes. But when I really think about it, I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because if they would have changed that bike, now you got to have those aftermarket companies trying to catch up to Honda. Companies like Gold Strike. So now they got to try to come up with accessories for a new bike.
Engineering and putting into production and getting it to market.
Right.
I understand, and that's all the exciting new stuff coming. And I think it's also when the aftermarket accessory companies can do that, and they usually have a good turnaround time. Like from the product's model starting to when they are in the actually able to offer the products. So
right.
And they come up with innovative stuff and all the different makers and the different things they come up with that you never knew you needed, but once you see it, you're like, yep, I can use that. That would be helpful.
That's true. That's true. So on that note, I'm just, like I said, don't want to seem selfish, but I'm kind of glad that they didn't, because even here now I'm looking at Gold Strike's website, and I love the Gold Strike products. So they have tons of accessories for the new style Honda Goldwing, which is great. So
For the current models.
Yeah, for the current model. So if you picked up a 2018 through 2023, you don't have to worry about trying to find accessories. But if they change the bike and now you got the 2024, now you got to wait on accessories. Or if you get an accessory, maybe you're going to pay a little bit more, because that's what happened to me when I purchased my 2021. I needed a trunk rack because Honda changed the trunk in 2021. They went to that bigger trunk. And so I was needing a trunk rack. So I ended up buying a Honda trunk rack at some point. And I think that thing was probably around about $400 or $500. And then the light that came on it was like another $200. And it didn't have turn signals. It didn't have no sequential turn signals. It didn't have, only thing it had were brakes and tail lights. And I think I spent somewhere around about $600, $700 or something just for a trunk rack and a light. So if they would have changed the bike, the negative side would be no accessories. And then the accessories that you do find would cost a lot more until the aftermarket companies catch up with the new model. So on that note, I'm kind of glad that Honda didn't change it.
Yeah, that's a plus for that side too. So I'm happy for that part. Another thing I wanted to ask was about your seat, your ultimate seat.
Right.
I know you said you had, I think the mid-rise.
Yes, I got the mid-rider.
So would you ever consider doing the seat that sits you an inch further back? Do you think that would be a comfortable riding position for you personally?
Well, for me, probably not, because I'm only 5'8". When I put that Corbin seat on my Honda Goldwing, it sat me back probably an inch or two. And so I had to install the Heili bar risers to bring the handlebars back to me because it sat me back. And that helped. It helped a lot, but I wanted a little bit more flexibility, so I installed the Heili bars, the full Heili bars, the tri-axis Heili bars. And that made a world of difference. To be honest with you, I actually liked that Corbin seat. Once I put the Heili bars on there, I was good as gold. Now that seat was firm, it wasn't as plush, but I liked it. It was a good seat. And then I just went on and switched to the Ultimate, which that's what I originally wanted in the beginning. And I went with
I remember you saying that. You wanted that, but the waiting time was very long. And also, I think the Russell Daylong I think you said was also a very long lead time.
Right.
So,
yeah, for me, sitting back 1 inch, I could probably go with the King Rider on this new style Honda Goldwing, but I kind of played it safe and went with the mid rider.
Okay.
Since I'd never owned an Ultimate seat, I wasn't sure how that was going to feel if I went with the King Rider. So I played it safe and went with the mid rider, but I probably could have got away with the King Rider now that I have Heili bars. Not to say that I could not have gotten away with it without Heili bars, but I probably could have got the King Rider, and with my Heili bars, it wouldn't have been a problem. But generally,
without the Heili bars, it wouldn't have been as comfortable a riding position. Your backside, your butt would probably feel great, but you would always be leaning forward and trying to hang on to your handlebars.
I guess. I can't say for certain, but I played it safe. Went with the mid rider, and I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Most of your taller riders are gonna go with the King Rider anyway. So, how tall are you, Jeremy?
About 5'8".
You about 5'8"?
Yeah, we're about the same height, 5'8", 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, so the mid rider would probably now Ultimate advertise, if you're happy with the current seating position of the new style Honda Goldwing or the previous generation Honda Goldwing, you go with the mid rider. If you need more room, you need to stretch back more, then go with the King Rider. And that's kind of how they put it. So I'm going with what Ultimate said.
All right. I know I'm going to check them out. Here in Wisconsin, our winter season is coming to an end. We're going to get snow. Maybe we'll send some of that cooler weather down towards you so you can get a little bit cooler winter here.
No, don't do that. Don't do that, Jeremy. What?
All right, we'll keep the snow this way then.
What is the temperature like up there right now?
38 degrees.
Okay, 38. That's cold.
It's getting cooler, but we're going to have 40s, maybe 50 this coming week.
Yeah. And I think here it was like, what, 75 today or something like that. But I think they said cooler weather is heading this direction.
Well, whatever comes, and we're just looking forward to spring and next summer so we can keep on putting miles on. Okay,
Christy says Teal has not been having much luck with his mid-rider. So, Christy, you think maybe he should have went with the King Rider? I'm just reading your comments while you're talking, Jeremy. But yeah, keep the colder weather to the north, and that way I can continue to ride all year around.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you can keep putting the videos out. I appreciate everything you do, and I'll let you go so everyone can get a chance and chime in, and maybe they have their own thoughts and what they'd like to talk about.
Okay, I appreciate it, Jeremy. Thanks for calling, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Keep the rubber side down.
Will do.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. And that was Jeremy. Jeremy was calling from Wisconsin. I appreciate it, Jeremy. Thank you. If anybody would like to call, if you have something you would like to say, I'm going to give you this opportunity. My phone line is open right now, 901-468-9032, if you guys want to get on with your boy Chris. And I'm going to sit back and read just a few of your comments. I want to check out some of your comments and see what you guys are saying. Okay, Christy says he says no. Oh, don't make me laugh. Christy says he said the seat is Come on now, I'm doing this live now. Christy says he said that the seat is hard as hell. Christy, which seat does he say is hard? Is it the ultimate seat? Are we talking about the ultimate seat here? Is what Teal is saying, that the seat is hard? You on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? I'm live in the garage.
Yeah, this is JC.
What's up, JC?
Let me turn my TV down.
Yeah, turn your TV down a little bit, JC.
I got it. I paused it. Yeah. I see you doing a live show. That's all right. How's everything over in Caliente world?
Everything is doing good. I'm doing it live in the garage. We talking about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. A lot of people have been asking me, Chris, when are you going to do another live feed? And so I figured today would be a great opportunity to talk about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. We now know exactly what the Honda Goldwing is going to look like for 2024. And I just want to get opinions. I want to get some thoughts and see what, how you guys feel about what the new Honda Goldwing is going to look like. And are you happy with just the colors that Honda came out with?
Yeah, hold on a second. I looked at your video today.
Okay.
About the Honda spec. And yeah, on the new Goldwing, I saw it only has two colors. Boy, Honda's that's pretty dull, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they actually have a. Now, I'm glad you said that because I didn't mention this in the video, and I knew I was gonna get in trouble for this. But they actually have a green bagger model.
Oh, for
Yeah,
just the bagger.
yeah, just a bagger. It doesn't have a trunk. Now, I didn't mention it. Uh, Let me go back to the trims here. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about if you're following along on this video.
Yeah.
They actually have
It used to be called the F6B.
yeah, it's called a matte armored green metallic. And so technically you're getting 3 colors. I didn't mention this in the video. And I knew I was gonna kind of get in trouble for it because people start saying, Chris, you missed the bagger. Well, I was just letting you guys know that it's on their website and you guys can go and research it and see it for yourself. I was not trying to go through all of the colors and all of the prices and all of the specs. You know, I didn't talk about the weight. I didn't talk about, there's a lot of things I didn't actually talk about. I didn't go into prices. You know, I kind of touched on it just a little bit, but I figured if I give you guys the information and let you guys know it's on the website, for the ones that didn't know, you can go and see it for yourself. But back to your original statement, it's 3 colors, not 2. So we have the matte armored green metallic, according to their website, for the bagger model only. For the bagger model only.
Right. Yeah, one of the things I never really cared much about, which everybody's got their own, each his own, but I never cared much about matte colors of any kind.
Right.
I mean, I'm a child of the '70s. I like high gloss.
Right.
When it comes to paint.
Me too.
And matte is really getting popular over the last few. You see cars in matte gray and stuff like that. Well, it's okay, but a matte green, somebody's gonna buy that.
I don't mean to cut you off, JC. Let me say this right quick. And I wouldn't generally say this, but I'm gonna say this. And this applies to cars and it applies to bikes too. When I look at a matte color, to me, that's like lazy. You know what I mean? It's like if you're gonna go through the process of let's say whatever you're painting is already ready to go. Let's say it's been sanded, it's been primed. Let's just say it's ready to go, and you put down that base layer of paint. Okay, and then you come back with the top layer. What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
All you need, if it's in a matte finish, all you have to do is hit it with clear coat.
Yeah, that's all.
So I mean, it's like, why would you leave off the clear coat? I mean, this is just my opinion. I'm not a painter, but I know, like on the new style Honda Goldwing, on the previous generation Honda Goldwing, you have a what they call a kind of like a tri paint. You have your base layer, your mid layer, and then you have your clear coat. So your matte doesn't have any clear on it. So whether it's a car or a motorcycle or whatever you're painting, if I'm going through the trouble of prepping what I'm fixing to paint, and I put down that base layer and I come back with that mid layer, I'm gonna seal it with some clear coat. So I don't now, that's not to say I know they are sealing the paint, but why would you not make it shine? That's just me. The bottom line, in my opinion, matte to me is like lazy. It's like I'm already there. I'm already in there, so I might as well hit it with some clear coat.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
And they left that off.
Yeah, they left it off.
And I don't know, and I also think it's kind of bad that they cut it down to 2 colors. The motorcycle industry is suffering, just like a lot of other industry in the world, especially in the United States.
Right.
And this kind of shows it. Out of all the colors in the world you could use, black and white.
Right.
Those are your choices. If I was going to look for, if I was buying a new Honda Goldwing, I would have to try to find a 23. Because I'm not going to spend $30,000 for a plain, if you want black or white, great. But I'm not going to me, motorcycles are about flash. You know, you need to be seen more. But you know, everybody has their own opinion. But I wouldn't pick either one of those.
Right.
And
Yeah. I'm
need
like
to
you.
have more choices,
I'm
like burgundy or even bright red. You know, if you look back to when they came out with the first 1800,
right.
they had so many colors. You remember that canary yellow color they had?
Yeah, I think that was a '02 or something.
I'm not sure. I met a guy. I met a guy on the road that had one, and you know, I've seen they had several different blue colors.
Right.
I think Mark has a blue color, and they have a lot of nice colors. They had 3 or 4 different reds. That black cherry color,
Right.
really dark red. So I don't know, but that's just my 2 cents worth on the new 24.
Yeah. I'm like you. I don't care for matte colors. I don't like matte anything. Now I got a matte helmet. Every time I touch it, my fingerprints are on it. I'm not a big fan of matte anything. I don't, I like the shine. That's why I went with some chrome wheels. I keep my bike glossy.
Yeah.
I just never been a fan of matte anything, not even matte wheels. I mean, it's got to have some gloss to it. Now, I don't mind colors, but I got to have gloss. So, in my opinion, the gray matte, anything that's matte is not for me. That's just, it doesn't matter if it's bikes or cars.
Yeah, I bought a set of wheels for my new car. I noticed when I went to Discount Tire,
Right.
a lot of the wheels were in matte. They had matte gray wheels, matte black. You know, they had a lot of that out there, and I can't figure it out.
Right.
But that's what the world's going to. You can't change it.
No, you can't. Now, let me ask you this, JC. Were you watching some of the fake photos that people was throwing out here online? Did you get a chance to see some of those like fake?
Oh yeah, not this year. I know they have them every year.
Right.
So I've seen some of the weirdest fake Goldwings out there. And no, I don't even look at them anymore. I remember back, they started that years ago.
Right.
Yeah, I'm an old man. So I've seen a million of them,
Right.
Yeah. And it's not just on motorcycles. They'll do it on everything.
Right.
I saw a brand new Pontiac Trans Am.
Right.
You know how long ago it was they got rid of Pontiac. But somebody had made one and had the new Pontiac Firebird Trans Am coming back. Yeah. So, they do that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I guess somebody might, but you won't find a Pontiac dealer. Yeah.
Yeah, people will Photoshop anything. I was actually looking for this photo where I think it was Jada Pinkett Smith. Her head was on Tupac's body.
Hey, people that do that stuff, you gotta hand it to them. They're pretty good at it.
Yeah, I mean they're let me see if I can find this I saw this other day. I mean people will Photoshop anything.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to them. They're pretty good at it.
Let me see if I can find this right quick and just to show you how people. I don't see it. I wasn't even looking for it when I saw it, but they had Jada Pickett's head on Tupac album cover.
Wow.
Yeah. So you got to be careful, man, when you start seeing all this stuff online, because you don't know if it's fake or if it's real.
Right.
So
right.
and so with the Honda Goldwing, I was seeing all of these fake pictures, and the part that gets me is you have people actually, entertaining this nonsense.
Yeah.
And it's like, just wait until the end of October, the 1st of November, and you're gonna see the real motorcycle. It's every year the same. It's like falling. It's like Charlie Brown falling for the Lucille kick every year.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's the designated kickoff for the new information, the end of October.
Well, I've been paying attention to when Honda actually puts this out in the real world, and it's always around the end of October, 1st of November. That's just from what I see. You know, that's nothing official. I don't work for Honda. I'm not affiliated with Honda. That's just what I noticed, that around the end of October, they're going to announce on their website about the new upcoming year. So when people start putting all this stuff out in September and July and June and August, you can't even pay it. Don't even entertain it.
Right.
Because at the end of October, around the 1st of November, Honda's going to come out and say, just what we got going on for the new year. They do it every year. So why would you fall for fake pictures in midsummer?
Right.
And people will entertain this stuff, and it's not even, and it's like, and I've tried to tell people in my vids, just wait. I wouldn't be surprised if Honda make no changes except the color. And here we are.
They could have left that off, couldn't they?
Right. And so even with the 2025, a lot of people, well, I'm waiting on the 2025, and you know, they may do this and they may do that. Two things. One, no one knows what Honda is gonna do except Honda. And two, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do anything but add badges onto the current Goldwing. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the caller that's calling in, we'll take you next. We'll get you next from Kansas City. If you're calling from Kansas City, we'll get you next.
Yeah. Well, Chris, I'm not gonna stay there. I'm gonna let you get to the next guy. I just wanted to chime in, man, and see what you was thinking about those new 24s. You know,
well,
I know it's not any changes, but two, in my opinion, rather bland colors. Not very flashy at all.
Right.
I'm glad you still got the price under 30,000.
Right. Yeah.
That's good in this day and age.
Right.
But everything else has gotten so sky high. When they first came out with the third generation Goldwing in 2018, it was around 28 for a DCT.
Right.
And I think it's still 28. I guess that's for a DCT. And I'm glad they still keeping it right there.
Right.
You know, that's good. I know you don't get anything. You still got to buy a bunch of options. You know, the last time I checked it out, there was $6,000 if you got every accessory.
Right.
You know, they give you a bigger trunk now, and that's good. So you know, they give you a nicer seat, but apparently it's not too much nicer because you still bought an aftermarket.
Right. I still bought an aftermarket, and if anybody's watching this video, if you're watching this live stream and you're needing a seat for your new style Honda Goldwing, I have a Corbin seat available. And also I have a seat for the previous generation that'll fit your models 2012 through 2017. So if you need a seat for your 2012 through 2017, or if you want to get my Corbin seat that'll fit a 2021 through 2024, I'm going to leave my telephone number in the description of this video, and you guys can reach out and you can make an offer on my seat.
Yeah.
It's still a good seat.
Generation, that's the one you had customized, right?
For the previous generation?
Yeah, the second generation.
Yes.
2016.
Yes, I had it customized here in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know it'll fit 2012 through 2017. I'm not sure about 01 through 2010. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yeah, make somebody a good seat. But
right.
If you compare the two, Corbin versus Ultimate.
Okay.
It's Ultimate, right?
Right. You're gonna put me on the spot, huh? Okay.
I had a Corbin.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I can.
Never had an Ultimate.
If I can compare the two, which one? What's your question again?
Yeah. Which one did you like the best? It's the Ultimate, right?
I like the Ultimate better, but I still like the Corbin. The Corbin is still a good seat. It's not a bad seat. So I don't want anybody to think that if they don't get an Ultimate that they got a bad seat. No, the Corbin is still a good seat.
Yeah.
It's firm. But you get used to it.
Once you break it in, it supposedly molds to you. I had mine for about I think I had that bike for about 4 years with that Corbin seat on it.
Right.
You sit in it. You sit down in a Corbin.
Right.
Yeah. So, it's
Lady Love said, answer the question. Well, I answered it. I did. I said that the Ultimate, I like the Ultimate, but I also like the Corbin. So
see, I'm gonna flip you on that because when I get one, I'm gonna get a Russell.
Oh, okay. You gonna get a Russell. The only problem I had with Russell, you have to wait on an appointment. So let's say you call Ultimate today and say, hey, I got a seat. Well, here's the problem. You got to give up your existing seat, and they're gonna upholster your seat,
they
right?
Do your seat.
Right.
They build it off of your seat.
Right. They're gonna build it off your seat. So you reach out to Russell and you say, hey, I got a Honda Goldwing, and I want to get a day long seat. Well, they're gonna make you an appointment first, and that appointment may be 5-6 months, right? And then at during that appointment time, you're gonna take your seat, you're gonna mail it off to Northern California, and they're gonna re-upholster your seat however long it takes. So I'm not really sure how long it's gonna take, and then they're gonna send you the seat back. So you could wait probably 6 months. So if you don't mind waiting, I guess that's no big deal. You're gonna have a little downtime because you got to send your seat out. The thing I like about Ultimate is that Ultimate make their own pans. So there's no downtime. You just contact Ultimate and say, hey, I want to get me a seat, and you pick the seat you want, and they'll send it to you. It'll come in the mail, and you take your original seat off, bolt on your Ultimate seat, no downtime. You never had to give anything up. So I kind of like that about Ultimate. It's the faster turnaround, because the thing about motorcycles, man, when you want to ride, you don't want your bike sitting up. Nobody wants to take their seat off and ship it out to the other end of the country. It's just too big of an inconvenience.
Yeah.
I guess the weight is worth it,
well,
but
they have it fine tuned where you don't have to. For example, let's say I called them today. This is the 29th, right?
Right.
Okay, let's say they told me that, we have an opening to redo your seat December 1st.
Right.
Okay, well, the week before that, I have to send my seat. So that's 1 week.
Right.
Now, supposedly, the way they explained it to me, once they get it, it's only a week turnaround. So if I have to send it, that's 1 week. If I ship it the slowest way, that's 1 week. The week before my appointment. Then when they get it in, the time it takes for them to build it, strip mine down and build it back according to my dimensions, my measurements, and ship it back to me, it's only supposed to be another week.
Right.
So it's only supposed to be a 2 week turnaround from the time you actually take your seat off and ship it. But if they tell you they're 3 months behind, then you're right. But you don't have to take your seat off for those 3 months. You can ride for 3 months.
That's true. Like I said, the worst
time to do it. Not everybody rides in the winter. I know you ride in the snow. But most people don't ride year round. But a lot of people can take their seat, can do it in the wintertime when they're not riding as much. Plus, you got 2 bikes.
Right. Right. That is true.
But, I have a bike and a scooter.
You have a bike and a
scooter. I really want to ride. I can hop on Urkel, and go for a ride.
Right. That's true. That is true. Like I said,
if it's a long delay, if they're backed up, then you can't. I wouldn't order. I probably wouldn't get one in the summertime.
Right. The only problem I have with Russell is the waiting time. and that's getting your appointment. That's the longest. That's the longest stretch of time that you're gonna wait. It's not the shipping. It's not the return. It's waiting on the appointment. So if you call Russell Daylong Monday morning, they are subject to tell you it's gonna be. Well, now we're getting into the winter months. They may say February.
Yeah.
I'm just using that for example. So you got all of November, all of December, all of January. And that's okay if you're trying to prepare for the next year. So if you got time on your hand, then it's not an issue. But let's say it's May. And you decide, hey, I got me a little bit of money. I want to get me a Russell Daylong, and you call Russell in May. They're subject to tell you it's going to be fall before they get you an appointment.
Yeah.
And so by the time you get your seat, riding season is over.
Right.
So
right.
that's the only thing. If you got time, if you got nothing but time, that's not a bad option. But if you need a seat, like, hey, I need a seat like in the next month, then Ultimate is a great alternative. Right. And the same with Corbin. Now, Corbin got a little bit of waiting period, but like I say, the Corbin seat is firm, which you get used to it once it breaks in.
Right.
I think Coretta Brown says she's gonna sell her seat. Let's see. Is that what you're saying, Coretta Brown? You're gonna sell your seat? She says, tell him to put that scooter in the closet.
Hey, tell her don't talk about Urkel like that.
She said put Urkel in the closet. So and to answer her question about selling her seat, she says, hell no, she's not gonna sell her seat.
Now, what kind of seat does she have?
She has the Ultimate seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One thing about it, I've never heard one bad review on an Ultimate seat.
Right.
Everybody that buys it loves it. And that's the same thing with Russell too.
Okay.
I've heard some kind of mixed reviews on Corbin.
Right.
But everybody likes Ultimate and Russell Daylong.
Okay.
So, but anyway, Chris, man, I'm gonna leave it with you.
Okay. I'm gonna get.
It's good talking to you again.
Yeah, it was good. It was good talking to you. I'm gonna give, somebody else an opportunity that want to call in. The phone line is open 901-468-9032. If you want to get on, if you have something to say, if you have some information you would like to share, now would be an opportunity to get on with your boy Chris live in the Caliente Garage. We're talking about the new style Honda Goldwing. 901-468-9032.
All right, have a good one, Chris.
Okay. Take it easy. All right, and that was JC. JC's calling from Ball Knob. JC was calling from Ball Knob. So I'm going to sit back and read some of your comments, and if you guys want to call in, you got something to say, the phone line is open. John Wilson said, I don't care for the cheap looking black on the side cases and trunk lid. Wish they would paint them all one color. I like the white bike with the blacked out exhaust. Very good point. Very good point. I'm like you. I'm not a big fan of matte. I just figure if you're gonna go through the hassle of painting it, you might as well make it shine and look pretty. That's just my opinion. So we're on here in the Caliente Garage, and we're talking about the new style Honda Goldwing. Coretta says, I thought that sounded like him. Yeah, that was JC. You guys probably seen JC in my videos. It's been a while. JC don't ride anymore. I think he's talking about selling his bike. He don't ride anymore. But yeah, that was JC. If you guys go to my video channel and you want to put in Chris Caliente, JC is actually the one that got me started dark siding. What's that? Had Toby? If you were in the market to buy, maybe wait a year to see what the 50th anniversary will bring. After all, this year only color changes. Well, had Toby, don't hold your breath. It may be the same thing for 2025. I wouldn't be surprised. Glenn says, you like me. I want it now. Let's get back to the comments and let's see what you guys are saying. Looking from Germany. I can't pronounce your name. Mr. Hastings Shinazin Haston. I can't pronounce it. I don't want to mess your name up. From Germany. Glenn said, thank you for all your information you give us Goldwing owners. You're welcome, Glenn. And you know, this is what I do. Glenn also said there's a matte clear coat and I like the look, but I will not have it. Lady Love said JC didn't ride much anyway. Dennis says for the 50th, how about a trike for the Honda to add to the lineup from the factory? I still have my 1975 stripped down wing. Bought it brand new in 1975 from Ramrod, New York City. Well, the only thing about that, Dennis, is Honda does not make trikes. Every trike kit, every Goldwing that you see on the road today, that's in the form of a trike. That's an aftermarket kit that they actually added onto the Honda, onto the Honda Goldwing. So Honda does not make trikes. You got aftermarket companies that make the trike kits and then add them onto the Goldwing. So we're doing this thing live here in the Caliente Garage. We're talking about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. Just trying to get your thoughts to see how you feel about this new bike. What do you think about it? You know, I talked about this in a previous video, letting you guys know that the 2024 is now available and it's coming in 2 colors for the full wing, and then you have a matte green for the F6B type model, or the Goldwing without a trunk. And I didn't mention this in my last video, and I know some of you reached out and said, Chris, you forgot to mention the matte green on the bagger model. I did not forget it. I thought I would leave some homework for you guys and just let you guys know that the website is up and you can go and check it out and see what you think. So I didn't talk about colors. I didn't really get into the price. I was just letting you guys know that the 2024 is official. And that was the name of the title of my video. It's official. It hadn't released, but it's official that this is going to be the 2024 for the upcoming Goldwing. And I believe, in my opinion, that it's probably going to come out around February. Don't hold me to that. I have no inside information on that. That's just my opinion. I think it will be probably between late January and early February, in my opinion. But who knows? They may even come out in December with it, but we'll wait and see. Adam Nunn said he's looking forward to one. So on the 2024, you got the matte green. It's showing a MSRP of $24,700. And let me say this, and this is something I'm gonna probably get in trouble for saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway, cause y'all know I don't have no cut cards. If you're gonna buy a Goldwing, why not just buy the full wing? I mean, I guess the bagger model is okay, cause I never really, you know, the bagger model for me. If I'm going out on a limb to get a Goldwing, I want the full wing. I don't want a bagger. I want to go all the way. So a lot of times, I guess in my conversation, I leave out the bagger because I'm just only focused on the full wing. If I'm going to spend $24,000 on a motorcycle, I'm going to add the $4,000 with it and get a full wing. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that it makes it right. I know everybody is different. Some people don't want the top box on there. Some of you even are adding the aftermarket kits to take the trunk off to go bagger. And I do understand. And everybody have their own preference. We're all different. I get it. Let me go back to this thing. You're looking at a base Goldwing of $28,700. If you go back to the bagger model, you're still at 24,700. So in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, if I'm fixing to spend $24,700, so let's look at it from this standpoint. A Goldwing is 24,700, but a tour model is 28,700, which is a $4,000 difference. Like I said, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but in my opinion, if I'm fixing to spend 24, I'm gonna spend the 28. I'm already in the hole. I might well get the full wing. And some of you guys can maybe enlighten me. What is the benefit of buying a wing without a trunk? I mean, why would you not want the trunk on the bike? I mean, what would be the benefit of not having the trunk? Is it just a sportier look? To me, it's you're more visible with the trunk. You can carry more cargo. It's more comfortable for the rider. It makes you bigger on the road. I mean, what would be the benefit of having a Goldwing with no trunk? That's just me. Maybe you guys can enlighten me. All right, this is a very good question. Coretta says, are you going to get the new wing next year? You know you're... No, I'm not. Not because I don't like the bike. You know, I have two bikes. I have the DCT, and I also have the previous generation Honda Goldwing. To be honest with you, I don't ride enough as it is. I mean, to me, I don't log enough miles, so I can't see justifying buying a new bike because I don't ride this bike enough. This, believe it or not, this DCT got less than, I think I got about 15,000 miles on it. My previous generation, I think somewhere around about 85,000. So I can't see myself going out buying a new bike just because they came out with a new model. That's just me. It's now, if I don't have a bike, that's different. But since I got two bikes, I don't ride enough as it is. So for me, I don't see myself getting a new bike no time soon. Now that could change, but I don't see that right now. I just don't see it. So I hope that answered your question there, Lady Love. Sterling Williams says, no benefit. The saddlebags aren't that roomy, are they? Well, I wish that the saddlebags were bigger. Everything has a purpose and a place. So if I'm going to go through the trouble of making a nice bike, I want to make the saddlebags big enough to put a lot of stuff in it. That's just me, for me personally. Michael Anderson is watching. So if you guys are tuning in, you want to give your boy Chris a call, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity. My phone line is open, 901-468-9032. If you want to get on with your boy Chris, now would be the perfect opportunity. John Wilson said top case is a must-have. And I'm with you on that, John. If I'm fixing to spend 24, I'm already in the hole. I might as well go ahead and spend another 4,000 and get the full bag, get the full Goldwing. Because if you wanted to sell that Goldwing down the road, what are the chances of the person that's looking at your bike not wanting that trunk? So in that regard, you know, I got to have the full wing. That's just me personally. Glenn said he have the 2022 Tour, all black. I'm really liking the white and black trim. I like the look of the chrome, but me and chrome don't get along. William say we think alike on that comment. Don't understand the bagger model myself. And I'm not knocking the bagger because I know there's a lot of guys out there got baggers, and I'm probably sure that they're gonna probably throw darts at my photo. But in my opinion, if you're gonna go out on a limb and get a Goldwing, you might as well go all other way. That's just my opinion. You know, but we're all different. So, you know, I try to respect how other people feel. Everybody, you know, we all don't want the same thing, and that's why they kind of give you a choice. But for me personally, I want the full wing. I got to have the whole enchilada. It either go big or go home. You on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage.
Hi, Caliente.
Hey, now who is this?
This is Randolph.
Randolph. How you doing, Randolph?
Good, thanks.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Goldwing. I got the 2018.
Okay.
I want to talk about the top box. I got the smaller top box, and I want to know if there's a kit or how can I change to the larger top box.
Hold on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know a lot about these top boxes.
Okay.
That I know. That I don't. So I don't like to talk about stuff that I don't know anything about. I just know they make a top box. I know they make a kit that you can take the top box off. Take the top box off if you want to take your top box off. I don't know if they make a bigger or smaller. I don't think so.
I know I looked at Cruiseman and he changed to the larger top box.
Yeah. Cruiseman took a 2018 Goldwing, and he added a trunk from the 2021 model. So on the 2018, you had the smaller top box. They changed it in 2021. So instead of buying a new Goldwing, he elected to buy just a trunk and add it onto his Goldwing. So that you say you have a 2018, you say it?
Yes. I have the 2018. I have the smaller trunk, and I was considering trying to get the larger trunk added onto it.
Okay, I misunderstood you. Yes, for your 2018, you could add the larger trunk box from the 21.
Okay.
So you're gonna have to get a kit. I'm not sure. I didn't see the video. I know he changed it out. I know they make a kit that you can add.
I'm wondering if you could find out more about that and give some more information on how we could go about doing that for guys like me with the 2018 smaller top box.
I think now I could be wrong, so don't hold me to this, and some of my viewers may know the answer to this question. I think Traction Dynamics make a kit that allows you to take the top box off. Now, I could be incorrect about that, but I think if you got a bagger model, or if you have a full wing, you can put on this Traction Dynamic kit that would allow you to take your top box off, or it'll allow you to put a top box on. So I think I'm saying that correctly. My viewers can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Traction Dynamic actually make a kit that you can take the trunk, that you can take the trunk box on and off. I think if you just buying it from the dealership, it may be a situation where you just can bolt it on or something. But I think Traction Dynamics make like a quick disconnect or something. So
I do have the full wing, the DCT model, the first one that came out.
Right.
I really don't want to trade up to the newer model because it's not much of a difference.
Right.
I just would like to have a little more space in my top box.
Right. Yeah, I understand. And some of the guys are doing that. They're adding. Let me tell you what. Let's do this here. Let's pull up Traction Dynamic website and see if it says anything about it. Let's just look and see. Now I could be, and it may not be Traction. I thought I heard that Traction makes a kit.
Okay.
And I could be incorrect. Maybe not.
Yeah, but maybe down the road you could give up some information if you found any about that and how we could go about changing that if we need to.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not hard to do. You just have to call the right people. Like here, you got a telephone number for Traction Dynamics. You could call and ask them. They'll let you know. It seems like I heard them say that they make a kit that you can put the top box on and off.
Okay, I'll
So
call them up to
yeah,
find out.
yeah, and they may even have a video. Like I said, that's just something that never interests me because I always get the full wing. But there's a kit out there that you can add, because I know Cruise Man did the same thing. He took off his trunk box and added the bigger box.
It feels like he was able to get genuine Honda parts to switch it over.
He by half, again, I didn't see the video, so I'm not sure what, it was something that I didn't have to do because I bought the 21 that had the big trunk box. So it was no need for me to figure out what I need to do to change the box over. It was never a need for me, but there is a way. There is a way to do it.
Okay, thank you, Caliente.
Okay.
I really appreciate the help, so thank you very much. Man.
And Randolph, where were you calling from? Were you calling from New York?
New York, yes, New York.
Okay, what part of New York?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, okay. Brooklyn in the house. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. I mean, I enjoy your videos. I look at you all the time. Thanks for giving us all that good information. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Randolph. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good night, Caliente.
Okay. All right, thank you. And that was Randolph. If anybody's watching this video and you're on with Caliente, live in the Caliente Garage. Hey, what's going on? Who we got on the line?
It's Brian from Indiana.
Brian?
Yeah, you guys talking about that quick change box?
Where you call? Stand by, Brian.
All right.
Where you calling from, Brian?
Indiana.
Sir?
Indiana.
Are you in Indiana?
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. If there's any cold weather, in Indiana, turn your radio down.
Yeah, I just did. Might be my phone. Does that help you any?
Yeah. As I was saying, Brian, if there's any cold weather there in Indiana, keep it to the north, cause I plan on riding, and so just keep the cold weather to the north.
I wish it would leave. Trust me, I want to ride.
Yeah. So what can I do for you, Brian?
You guys are just talking about that quick change box subtraction.
Right.
I got one on my bike.
Okay.
About 20 minutes, I can pull that box off and make it just a bagger, or vice versa.
Stand by 1 second. My phone line is blowing up. If you're calling from Canada, we're gonna get you on. We're gonna get you on here in a minute. Somebody calling from Canada.
Awesome.
Now you said, Brian, you have that kit on your bike?
Yes.
Okay. So you went you went from what, the smaller box to the bigger box, or?
No, I bought a tour.
Okay, you bought a tour.
I bought a tour, and then I just added a quick change kit to where I can pull the trunk off and make it a bagger style, like a regular Goldwing.
Right.
Or I can make it a tour.
Oh, okay. Now, where did you buy your kit? Who makes that?
Traction.
I thought that I heard that Traction made a kit for it.
Yeah, I just seen you going through it on the video.
Right. So with that kit, could a rider take the box, take a 18 trunk box and swap it out for a 2021 trunk box? Would it be the same?
I don't know. I would say if you bought a bigger box, yeah. I mean, I think they all fold up the same.
Okay. But one thing for certain, with that kit that Traction make, you could take your trunk box off and on. I guess it's like a quick connect or something like that. Okay, okay. But we're not absolutely sure.
It's 4 screws. And all I got to do is unplug. Well, I got some extra lights on mine.
Okay.
I put all lights on mine that you got, matter of fact, on the truck. But it's 4 screws and then all my light plugs underneath. I mean, it's pretty quick and easy. And he's got videos out too. It shows you on and off. It's not cheap. It's pretty expensive.
Right. Spirit. How much? What did you think?
I got about $2 in that box.
Okay.
And that's just a quick change box. All comes with a subframe.
Okay.
Just, you know what I mean? And I got an 1.5 inch setback.
Okay, so it sat you back. Is that optional or is that just standard?
Yeah, that's optional. You can go factory, or you can go 1.5 inches. Or I think he's even got a 2-inch setback, 2.5 inch setback.
Okay, Brian, let me take this caller. We'll
Okay,
check
great.
back with. All right, thank you.
Good hearing from you.
You're on with Caliente. We live in the Caliente Garage.
Hi, Chris.
Hey,
How are you?
hey, now who is this?
Gerald Bates, calling from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
You calling from? What's your name again?
Gerald.
Okay.
Gerald Bates.
Okay. From Canada. Okay. What's going on, Gerald? What can I do for you?
I just wanted to say I really liked your review on the 2024 Goldwing.
Okay.
You were quite thorough on it. I was impressed, very much impressed.
Thank you.
It's not quite the machine for me. I still kind of like the 2017 style where you had a lot more wind coverage.
Okay.
But, it's still a very cool bike.
What year is your Goldwing?
Mine's a 2006.
Oh, you got the 06. Okay. So you like the big body style.
Yeah, sir. Well, I'm getting close to 70 now, so I like with the good wind protection.
Okay. Yeah. I can.
And it's a lot colder up here in Canada too.
Yeah. What's the weather like up there now?
We just had our first snowfall last week, and it's right now it's about about 28 degrees Fahrenheit.
Well, do me a favor. Keep all of that cold weather to the north, at least north of the Mason-Dixon line.
You betcha, Chris. Hey, and thank you very much for all the things that you do for us and all the demonstrations that you've shown, because it's really helped me out a lot, and I appreciate it very much.
Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome, Gerald. I appreciate you. How long you been watching my videos from Canada?
Oh, 2 years now.
Couple years. Okay, great.
So it's really helped me. It's educated me a lot in the bikes. So I can do a lot of the stuff myself now, where it's actually paying a mechanic to do it. So it saves me thousands of dollars.
Right.
So keep up the good work, Chris.
Okay.
Much appreciated for the Great White North.
Okay, I appreciate it, Gerald. Thank you, man.
Take care, partner.
All right, thank you. And that was Gerald calling. He was calling from Canada. You're on with Caliente. We're live in the Caliente Garage, and we was talking about this new Honda Goldwing, things that you like, or some things that you don't like, some of the changes that maybe you would like to see. What do you think about the colors? Do you like them? Are you gonna buy the bike? Are you electing not to buy the bike? And if not, what's your reason for doing that? So again, that was Gerald from Canada. He has a 06 Goldwing. The caller, Brian, said that you can pick up the kit for changing out your trunk box from Traction Dynamics. So Randolph, if you're watching this video, they're in New York City, you call from Brooklyn. Brian from Indiana says that Traction Dynamics sell the kit. Now, I didn't see it on their website, but you can call, you can look up Traction Dynamics and give them a call, and I'm sure they can explain to you exactly what you need to change out your box from the 2018 to the bigger trunk box. And also, I was intending on asking Brian. I didn't get around to it because my phone kept ringing. But I wanted to ask Brian, why are you taking off your large trunk box and make it a bagger? I'm just curious. Not that it's a bad thing, but I'm just curious of, why riders do that. So I didn't get a chance to ask you, Brian. You're on with Caliente. We're live in the Caliente Garage.
Hello, big Caliente Garage. This is Will from Fayetteville.
What's up, Will from Fayetteville?
My blood pressure, for one thing, is not up with these raggedy Dunlop tires that were sold to me the wrong way.
Oh man, you trying to get me in trouble?
No, look. If you're going to be a man of that, I know you are, and stand behind the product that's put out here for us.
Right.
Everybody needs to be made aware that everybody makes mistakes.
Okay.
The product's good. It was just the dealership that I purchased them from was not paying attention.
Okay. Okay.
But at the end of the day, I put E4 on the back or E4 on the front. Got everything retorqued. And touching on that torque situation, everything on these Goldwings must be torqued to the manufacturer's specification. If not, it's not going to work.
That's correct.
And you have to have two types of torque wrenches, the old style, and you've got to have the digital style.
Right.
You got to have both of these.
Right.
It's pricey, but what's money compared to safety?
That's right. That's right.
But being said, I put everything back the way it should have been. Went out for about a 75 to 100 mile run last night. Set the cruise control at different speed levels.
Okay.
Turned the handlebars loose, just like clockwork. Smooth as silk.
Smooth as butter. So
change lanes from the seat of my pants.
So for the people
I leaned a little bit, it changed lanes, leaned back the other way, it changed lanes back. I have no complaints.
So for the people that's just tuning in, your initial problem, they may not be aware of what was going on with you. Your initial problem was with the wobble, correct? You was having a wobble?
Exactly. The wobble was started up when I was, this past May, my friends and I were going down to Tampa for just like a getaway for a few days. I had a back tire that was questionable. I put a new back tire on. I said, might as well go ahead and do the front. The dealership here in my area that I do business with, we don't have any Elite 4s. I said, well, what do you have? We've got the American Elite, which is not the E4, but it will work on a O2 Goldwing.
Right.
Only difference is, according to them, there's a 5 millimeter difference in the tire size.
Right.
Me not knowing any better, I took their word for it, put them on there, and that's when the problem started. So after going through replacing the axle bearings, putting new rotors on, rebalancing 3 or 4 times front and back,
right,
I went ahead and took the OEM bearings out. And a footnote to that, after the first initial 8,000 miles of a brand new bike, Goldwing, dealer spec says you must return it to them and get them retorqued after 8,000 miles.
Right. Right.
At 8,000 miles, the bearings and the races and everything have officially been seated. So you can go in and adjust them, and then later on, down the road, as you get more miles, that's up to your discretion. But this being said, I went ahead and replaced the neck bearings, upper and lower, with all balls, which are perfect for it.
Right, right.
It's a lengthy process, but it's well worth it. It's well worth it. So I did the bearings, put the tires back on there. The wobble was still there, so I went ahead and put the Elite 4s on there. Smooth as silk.
Okay.
Smooth as silk.
So the problem was with the Dunlop American Elite tires.
Right. American Elite tire, according to an engineer that I conversed with on the phone from Dunlop, out in California, he called me back. He said that tire was built especially for Harley Davidsons.
Okay. Okay.
So those riders out there on the Goldwing, unless you're doing anything else, stay away from the American Elite on your Goldwing.
Right, right. Okay, okay. Well, that's good to know. So don't buy any American Elite Dunlops for a Goldwing.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, and that's good information.
The Dunlop makes a good product, but every product has a fit. And obviously the American Elite is not a good fit.
Right, right. Yeah, I've heard other people had some issues with those Dunlops.
Well, I wish I would have talked to them before I went through all the stress and strain that I went through.
Yeah. How long was the process of you figuring out that the problem was with the tires?
For me being the person that I am, probably a couple of weeks. I got it straight.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good, man. I'm glad you was able to get it figured out.
And here's another thing that I just recently found out. A friend of mine with an 03 GL 1800, he wanted to start adding lights and this, that, and the other, and he was hooking it directly to the battery. And he kept trying to figure out, why is it that I do not keep batteries for any length of time?
Right.
He went through 4 batteries in probably 5 months.
You said he was hooking directly to the battery?
Directly to the battery. But you can hook directly to the battery, but you've got to, say for instance, I've got an amplifier on my bike right now, and it's hooked directly to the battery.
Right.
But there's a blue wire on pretty much all the electronics that you hook to any vehicle. It's called a signal wire. That signal wire trips a relay on the inside of the appliance to complete the 12-volt circuit.
Right.
So that particular blue wire, you have got to hook that on the fuse box, either to a switched circuit or on the left-hand side of the Goldwing fuse box. There's 2 screws, 2 Phillips screws in there.
That's correct.
That is marked accessory. If you go in and take your test light, turn your key on, check the power. The power is there. Turn the key off. There's no power to those particular screws. So, food for thought. Use those 2 screws for what they're worth.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why, and you probably heard me mention this in some of my videos. If you got a Honda Goldwing and you're going to be adding lights and accessories, now I'm not talking about plug and play like Gold Strike's plug and play, but let's just say you want to straight wire your accessories. Give me 1 second here. And let's say you want to straight wire your accessories. I highly recommend that you get a fuse block for your Honda Goldwing. And Will is he's exactly right. You can hook to the, you don't want to hook directly to the battery because that accessory is going to always be on.
Right.
So either you're going to have to put a switch in line to turn that accessory off, or you're going to have to tie it into the accessory terminal, which is only powered hot when the key is on. That way you don't run down the power. But it goes back to what I was saying about the fuse block. If you install a fuse block on your Honda Goldwing, you can run those accessories straight to the fuse block. And the way the fuse block works, you hook one to the negative, one to the positive, and one to the blue wire or the trigger wire or the signal wire that Will was just talking about. So when you turn on the key, it makes the fuse block hot. And now you can power those accessories. So if you got a bunch of accessories, you want to go into the fuse block as opposed to just maybe one accessory that'll just go into the those 2 screws that's located in the fuse box itself.
And
so
also on that too, added to it is if you're going to use that fuse block or anything involving 12 volt on your vehicle, make sure you have it well insulated. No wires that's going to be able to chafe and rub, dead short itself to the frame, then you will have a problem.
Right.
Luckily enough, a friend of mine had a Trike kit done, and he got it back, and he called me over. He wanted me to work on something. I think I was adding a Bluetooth adapter to his CD changer connector, which is under the seat. It just so happened, one of these, I'm real anal about checking wires out. I found out that the brake wire had been chafed enough where it was shorted out. One more step on the brake, he would have burned his bike to the frame.
Right.
I caught it in time.
Right.
So that being said, invest in some heat shrink or heat shrink connectors, crimp connectors. You can stick the wires in both ends, crimp it real good, then take your heat gun and apply heat, and they'll draw it for you. That way, you're pretty much protected.
That's correct. And another thing about that signal wire you was talking about, that's only on a 10 amp fuse. So
Right.
it depends on how many amps your appliance is going to pull. Again, I go back to the fuse block because like my fuse block, I actually created a fuse block and I put two 30 amp fuse blocks in my breaker box. So I can run up to 60 amps of accessories. The two screws that's in the fuse box is only a 10 amp fuse. It will work. If you got one accessory, no problem. Even maybe a couple accessories. But depending on how many amps.
What the amp draw is.
What the amp draw is. And again, it goes back to the fuse block. That's why I say when you get your Goldwing, the day you get it home, you come home, you get online, you go to electrical connection, and you order a fuse block. Or you can either get one for show chrome, but you got to get a fuse block. So when you're ready to connect your accessories, you're going to tie into the fuse block. And you're not going to be cutting into the wiring of the bike. You're not going to be just hooking to the battery. You're going to go straight to the fuse block. Because once you buy your Goldwing, every rider is going to want to add some accessories.
Please, this is coming from the heart.
Yeah.
Do not splice wires.
Right.
If it's not plug and play, either stay away from it or try to find a way to do it where you won't end up having those guys that ride the little red truck that got the bright lights and then make a lot of noise when they come down the street.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, Will, let me let another caller get in, and I'm going to holler back at you later. Thanks, Will.
I'll be up all night, so give me a call back when you're done.
Okay. Thank you, Will. That was Will from Fayetteville. Go ahead, caller. You on with Caliente? You on with? Hey, who we got on the line?
We got Glenn from Middle Tennessee.
You said Glenn from Middle Tennessee?
Yes, sir.
Glenn from Middle Tennessee. You're on with Caliente. We're live in the garage. What can we do for you?
I was just calling. I have a bunch of additions to what's being talked about, like the saddlebag size. I do wish it was a little bit bigger. That'd be nice I love moto camping.
Okay.
And you just can't fit a whole lot in them side bags.
That's true. That's true.
I pretty much have downsized all my camping gear just so I can put them in the side bags. And, but anyhow, they're okay though. I've got a 22, and that back bag, it's a good sized bag. You can fit a lot in there.
Right.
I know you had a caller or a guy asking about getting a bigger bag in the back. I know Traction, that was the other thing. Traction has a removal kit, but I don't believe they have the bigger box kit. You have to buy that directly from Honda.
Right.
And that could be a costly endeavor, time you paint it and all that good stuff. But like you said, you may as well buy the tour. I was going to buy the bagger model, and my wife ended up talking me out of it just so I'd have that big old couch back there for her to sit on. But
okay.
Yeah, that was a good choice to go to the tour model. That was a very good choice.
So you saying you was going to go with the bagger, but your wife said, "Hey, Glenn, let's go with the tour. Let's go with the tour model. That way she can have some behind her." And you saying that was
big
okay?
Old couch back there.
Right.
And she really likes it. And if I was to ever, I like that sporty look also, but I don't know if I'd want to spend the $500, $600, $800 to get rid of that top box. To be honest with you,
Right.
I like the look, but I don't think I'd get rid of that top box. That thing is so handy.
Right.
But I mean, you can fit two full-size helmets with the communication devices attached.
Right.
I mean, it's just a ton of room back there.
Right. And you're right, Will. And I said this. I'm sorry, Glenn. I said this just a little while ago, and not to go in on the bagger models, but for me, if I'm fixing to spend $24,000, $25,000 on a Goldwing, I'm going all the way. I'm already out there.
Absolutely.
That's just me personally.
$29,500, and if I want that box gone, I spent another $800 for the traction. I mean, traction is awesome, but I'd spend the $800 or whatever it costs to put that kit on there, and then put the little turtle deck on there, and then drive around. That's $800 is a lot cheaper than $4,000 or $5,000 to make it a tour model.
Right. That's true. That is true.
So yeah. So what made me call you is I just bought me a Rabaconda. I'm sure you've heard of that.
What?
It's a Rabaconda tire changer.
Okay, I never heard of it.
Okay. Anyhow, I just changed the tires out on my Goldwing.
Okay.
A little over 10,000 miles on the stock Dunlops. And I got that 40-mile-an-hour wobble. I got 10,300 miles on my Goldwing.
Right.
And I got that wobble. I went on a tour. I don't know if you've heard of the Lake Superior tour.
No, I haven't.
And we were going around the lake, and all of a sudden I started noticing when I decelerated at 40 miles an hour, if I let go of the wheel or light-handed the wheels, front handlebars, it started to wobble, and that really concerned me. I got back. I started watching your channel and some other channels, and I really like those Dunlops. I had the stock Dunlops. They're grippy. They're great. But I decided, what the heck? I'm only 10,000 miles into a tire. I'm going to try the Bridgestones.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. They're smooth. They're quiet.
Right. Yes,
Now, I ain't got any miles on them, but, I've only got about 400 miles on them. And time will tell, but boy, they sure are nice. They're quiet, they're smooth, they seem like they got more tread on them. I'm hoping to get 12.5 out of them. I don't know, we'll see.
Right. Yeah, I run Bridgestones on my bike, but of course I'm running different tires, but Bridgestones makes very good tires.
Yeah. So, but I do have one question for you.
Okay.
I know this is my rant.
Okay, go ahead, Glenn.
Honda, I've got a DCT. Honda puts a parking brake on a DCT.
Correct.
What were they thinking to allow me to put that bike in gear with the parking brake on? To burn out my parking brake. What was they thinking? I know there's a lot of silly things that Honda does.
Right.
But that was probably the most stupidest thing I think they've ever done.
Right. Well,
I went to Electrical Connection and bought got that brake delete thing.
Right.
Or whatever it is, interface.
Right.
And so now when I kick the brake on, I can't put it in gear. It's the same as having the side kickstand down.
Did you install that yourself?
I did, sir.
Okay. How hard was it to install it?
That was one of the most easiest things that I've done on this bike. I mean, you got to take one of the you got to take the left-hand fairing off.
Okay.
And you got to take part of the brake, the hand brake itself. You got to take part of it apart.
Okay.
But it's all plug and play. I mean, literally just plug and play. You unplug the stop braking, you plug it into the part that you get from Electrical Connection. You make new plug connections. You run a wire down the back of the bike, and in front of the back tire, there's a relay back there that you plug into. It probably took me an hour.
Okay.
That's awesome. I love it. I mean, now if I put the brake on, it's the same as having my kickstand down.
Right. I know what you're talking about, and that's what I was gonna say, but you answered the question before I got a chance to bring it up. But I need it even myself. I don't have that interlock on my Honda Goldwing, so if I leave the brake up and I pull off, it's just burning the brake pads up.
Yeah. If it's not well adjusted,
right,
you will burn that down.
Right. And matter of fact, I had to adjust. I did a video adjusting the brakes on this Goldwing because when I picked it up.
I watched it. Matter of fact, I watched your adjustment because I never, from the day I bought my bike, that rear brake never really held anything.
Right.
I mean, I don't know why, but it didn't.
Right.
And I never adjusted it because I didn't plan on using it until I got that electrical connection module.
Right.
And after I got it put on, I went to your video and watched how to adjust that, and I got under there and adjusted it, and it works beautiful.
Right.
I mean, I love it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, once you start getting used to taking off all the plastics or Tupperware off the Honda, it's not really that bad.
Right. Right. That's correct.
I mean, any do-it-yourselfer shouldn't be threatened by what there is to take off on that bike. But there are a lot of hidden snaps and things like that you got to be aware of. But with your videos, you know, you understand where all those snaps and clips and things are.
That's correct. That's true. That's true.
Just kind of a plug, I need to support your channel a little better because you do a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I put a lot into my vids, and it takes a lot of time to do what I do. And, you know, when you learn how to fix your own bike, you know, you're more confident in working on your own stuff. But let me take this caller, Glenn. I'm going to give somebody else an opportunity. But thank you for calling in.
I'm going to continue to watch. Thank you.
How to fix your own bike, you know, you're more your own. Hey, turn your radio down. Turn.
Hello.
You're on with Caliente. Who is this?
Caliente, man. This Mr. Chris. This is Derek Cross reaching out to you from Alaska, man.
Derek Cross.
For a long time, brother, and you are the guru of the G-Wing. I am just checking in, man, just for a quick reference for a guy like me way up north that has respect for you boys, especially Road Glide. You kick it up to another notch when you're with him.
Yes,
and
sir.
Just asking for any kind of advice as far as shipping my bike from here down to Texas, Arkansas, to grab hold of some winter riding.
Yeah. You know, I've never shipped a bike before.
No ways.
I've always ridden it. So if it, you know,
you've been fortunate.
You know, I had an old saying that if you see my bike on a trailer, to call the police because it's stolen.
I absolutely love it, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But
yes, sir.
You know, I've never shipped a bike. I've heard of guys shipping bikes. I think it's something you can go online. I'm not 100% sure because, you know, I don't know everything that I know, and that I don't. But I've never shipped a bike. I've always just ridden it to where I need to go. But I think it's something online that will let you ship your bike. I think it's called iShip or something like that. I remember somebody telling me, but I've never used a shipping company to ship
I'm searching, man. I am, and I found a few good avenues, and so a follow-up question for you because I know your time is valuable, and I so appreciate it.
No, you're good. That's what I'm here for.
Taking a few seconds, brother. I really do. I appreciate it. So I know Road Glide just responded on one of my chats there on your stream that DFW, Honda, and Grapevine is a place that I know, and I recall that from a video that you guys did when you were last riding with him, man. He was praising them, and I just didn't know if anything, because you're kind of right there in that sweet spot, you know what I mean, between Arkansas, which is where my sister is, and I'm going to visit with the MS.
Okay.
And so I was like, man, you know, what I'm looking for is if you got any recommendation of a dealership I could reach out to that would be willing to receive a crate, do some service beyond what I'm capable of, which is changing the tires.
Okay.
Other than that, man, just being able to go ahead and receive my baby girl and that you think would be willing to do something like that. And I'm not asking you to put your name or anything behind it, just good dealership that's reputable that you think might be willing to talk to a guy like me.
And you going? Then where you going? Where you going to Texas, or where are you going again? Arkansas?
Yep, I'm going to be starting out in Arkansas, and I'm going to be doing a basically a 2-visit trip. So I have my sister that's just coming out of an amputation surgery in Rogers, Arkansas, And then I've got my daughter that has my new grandson I ain't seen yet. That's in East Texas, close to, Tyler, Texas, I guess would be the closest scenario. So
Right.
any good dealership between that area of East Texas through Arkansas that you think would be willing to take it.
What let me ask you this question.
That's the case like me that says, hey, I want to ship a bike down and I can come back and pick it up in a month and ride it.
Well, let me ask you this question, Derek. What part of Arkansas, if you don't mind me asking?
It'd be Rogers, I guess. Like the biggest towns, like what, Fayetteville. It's gonna be real close to the Texas kind of Texarkana kind of scenario.
Yeah, you could try. Let me think of the name of this dealership. Russellville Honda. Honda or Russellville.
Sir?
Honda or Russellville.
Okay.
Honda or Russellville. Let's see how far are they from Fayetteville. I don't think they're far at all. Let's see here.
It's kind of a new adventure down through, and like I said, we've had such a crappy 2 years of summer. I put like less than 500 miles all summer long, and I thought, you know what? Rather than do a rental, I'm going to go ahead. I got a daughter down there. She's established now. I'm going to bring my bike there, and I'll do an on and off road Honda when I'm up here in Alaska. I'm hoping to get myself to that snow burden seasons.
Yeah, it's about 100. It's a little over 100 miles from Fayetteville, Russellville, Arkansas. You could try Russellville Honda. I don't know if they will allow you to do that, but I mean, nothing. You can ask them.
I'll damn sure reach out.
Yeah.
I'll sure reach out, man. I do.
And then you still have the DFW Honda there in near Road Glide, who's in the Dallas area. So you can try them.
Yep.
You can maybe.
And that might be the route I end up pointing towards right there with Mr. Road Glide, man. Because,
because Road Glide he got some connections over there at DFW Honda. So that may be a good alternative. They may let you do that because they got bikes coming in and out all the time. I don't, like I said, I don't know if they'll, do that in your situation, but I mean, you can always ask.
I'll dang sure ask, man. And the flights from here to there, going into DFW makes life so much easier compared to flying to Arkansas. So that may be my avenue.
Okay.
And I love that video that you guys did there with Road Glide. I could remember he was talking about a dealership that he was praising there in Grapevine.
Yes.
And I just couldn't recall which one. And it's pretty simple. I guess it's in the name. So, but once again, sir, thank you for just the knowledge, the good comprehension that you provide, the common sense that you provide.
Thank you.
And I love what you do, man. Cheers from the great up north up here, man. I can't appreciate it. The Goldwing people are a very, very select few up here on this end of it, but I guarantee you, man, there's from the half a dozen I know, there ain't a one of us that don't watch you and don't glean something from your knowledge, sir.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Derek, from watching in Alaska.
Yes, sir.
And if you want to text me, Derek, at this number that we're on, I can text you back the name of that dealership. But it was Russellville Honda. If you can remember that. If you can't, you can text me and log me in. Maybe look me up when you come this direction because I think I'm about a couple hours from Russellville. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
There'd be nothing better if I can make my inland loop, so to speak, and go ahead and hook up with a few of y'all, man. That would just do nothing but just add cherries to the sundae. It really would.
Man,
so I have you locked in here, and I'll go ahead and take this as a invitation to reach out when needed.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
And I greatly appreciate that, sir. I really do, Mr. Chris.
You're welcome. Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. You have yourself the best blessed day, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. And that was Derek from Alaska. And we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to try to wrap this up in probably about maybe 10 minutes at the most. So Real quick, if you guys want to get on, I'm going to give you an opportunity because I'm going to wrap this up in about 10 minutes. So my phone line is open right now, 901-468-9032 if you just want to say hello. We're talking about the Honda Goldwing, talking about the colors, and what do you like or not like about the Honda Goldwing. So we're going to go to the phone line. Go ahead, you're on with Caliente.
Hello.
Hey, you on with Caliente? We live in the Caliente Garage.
Okay.
Who we got on the line?
Gary Williams.
Gary Williams.
I'm in Isle, Kentucky.
Okay, Gary Williams, Kentucky.
Yeah, I was trying to call to find out. I'm kind of short.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if I could straddle a Goldwing and touch the ground. I've got about a 29 to 30 inch inseam.
Okay.
And I've been riding an SCL, a Yamaha 1900 Raider.
Okay.
And it's got a really low seat on it. I can touch the ground on it.
Right.
But it doesn't have bags. I can't haul anything on it.
Okay.
And I've been wanting to trade up. And I watch you and I watch Cruise Man.
Yeah.
I've seen where you met Cruise Man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you was talking about changing that bag over to a larger bag on a 2018, 19, or 20 Goldwing to
Right.
the bigger bag that's on the 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Yeah, that's what Cruise Man did. Yeah, Cruise Man did that.
Got a video on that. He did that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
And he also said that Traxton had sent him the quick change parts
Right.
to put on that, so they do sell it.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
But I just wondered, do you think, I don't know how tall you are.
I'm only 5'8". My inseam
that's
is,
what I am, 5'8".
yeah, my inseam is only like a 32. So you say you like a
Well,
28,
you got longer
29.
legs than I do then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you can do it. You know, my foot is not flatly planted on the ground when I ride, but you know, it's not a problem.
You have to be worried about when you roll over a hole and stop.
No, I'm not that short. I'm not that short. But I think you can do it. I don't know anybody that's just too short to ride a Goldwing.
Well, I didn't know because of the way their seat heights were. I've still got a Sportster,
Okay.
Harley Davidson Sportster, and when I first got it, man, I couldn't hardly ride it. I had to tiptoe on it,
Right.
and I lowered it, and I did pretty well on it then.
Right.
And but I don't like lowering motorcycles. I like to keep them like they are.
Okay.
My 2013 is exactly the way it came out of the factory.
Right.
And I love the bike as far as that goes. I'd like to have something with a radiator, with a 6-cylinder, and I've looked at the Goldwing, looked at the BMW, the Bagger,
Right.
and I don't think either one of them. I'm just going to have to, I guess, find the Honda place. Where I'm located is Hazel, Kentucky, and I'm on the border of Tennessee. I was born in Paris, Tennessee.
Stand by 1 second. You on with Caliente?
Yes, Mr. Chris, how are you?
Hey, now who is this?
Okay, you're speaking to Vernon Wilkins from Maryland.
Hey, Vernon.
That's me.
Hold on a second, Vernon. Yeah, just hold on a second, Vernon. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, I said I was born in Paris, Tennessee, and I don't know where the nearest Honda dealer is. In fact, I don't have a Yamaha dealer around here anymore.
Near Paris, Tennessee?
Yeah, I'm not, you could say Paris, Tennessee. I'm within 20 miles of Paris.
Yeah, you got me. You probably have to look that one up.
Yeah, I have no idea where I could even find a Honda unless I go into Illinois or maybe Jackson, Tennessee. I don't know if they've got one there or not.
Have you tried Nashville?
Well, yeah, I don't do a lot in Nashville, but
Okay.
I'm sure they've got a big one there.
Yeah, they got one in Nashville. I'm certain.
Yeah.
Jackson. Yeah, you got Bob's Honda in Jackson, Tennessee.
may go there sometime and look too.
Yeah.
You're in Memphis, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, because when I watched you meet Cruiseman, I thought I picked it up. I watch a lot of the videos on the Goldwings now, trying to figure out, I do a lot of research that way. I've just learned how to get on the internet and do this stuff. I'll be 72.
Okay.
In March of this next year.
Right.
And
okay.
Like I said, I'd like to have a bagger where if I go somewhere, I can carry something or I can pick something up.
Right. Yeah, you're probably just gonna have to go to a dealership and sit on one and just, unless you got a buddy or. Yeah, that's the only advice I could give you. Go to a Honda dealership, sit on one, and see what you think. Unless you know somebody that has a Goldwing, that will let you sit on theirs.
I don't know anybody. I don't know a soul. All my friends passed away. I don't even have anybody to ride with anymore.
Yeah.
I've outlived them, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I understand. I understand. But yeah, Bob's
I'm not going to keep you on the phone. I want to let you talk to other people. I just wondered, with my inseam, if you thought I'd be able to get a seat or something to be able to let me get low enough to touch the ground on it.
Yeah, well, the good thing about the new Honda Goldwing, and I'll say this, it's easy to ride. So I don't think you will have a problem. I know somebody shorter than you that was riding a Goldwing who was tippy toe on the Goldwing. So I don't think you're gonna have a problem. And they was probably 5'5".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you very much, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay, thanks, Vernon. Thanks, Gary. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye-bye. Mr. Vernon, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Still holding on.
Yeah, okay, Vernon. Now, where are you calling from, Vernon?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Maryland. Okay. I know exactly where you are up there in Maryland. I got family up in Maryland.
Oh, okay. Well, originally I'm a New Yorker, but I'm a Marylander now.
Okay.
I'm calling you today because I sent it in by message to you, but I haven't graduated up to the Goldwing yet. I'm still with my CMX 1100 DCT, which I love so very much.
Okay.
But if you're familiar with the brand Metzler tires, I'm running the Dunlops now, but I really don't have a problem with it.
Okay.
But it's understanding that the Metzlers are better, especially in. I wanted to know, have you tried that brand? They say they're better in cornering, better lean angle. And so I just wanted to know, have you ever used Metzler tires?
I have not. I've heard about them for years. I've never used Metzler. I've heard good things about them. I don't know one way or the other because I never used them. So I can't say whether they're good or bad. I'm sure that there's somebody that's watching this live feed that's probably used Metzler that may want to comment and say, what they think about the Metzlers. But I've never used Metzler, so I don't really have an opinion about them.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right. Well,
right.
Anyway, and hopefully graduating up to the Goldwing pretty soon. But I always watch. I'm a dedicated subscriber, so I love you so much.
Thank you, Vernon.
Great job.
How far are you from Suitland?
Well, I mean,
how far are you from Suitland there, Vernon?
Not far at all, because I'm right here in Maryland, which is not too far from Cambridge.
Okay. Yeah, I know where you are. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you calling and checking in on me, man. But no, I never used Metzler. If anybody out there watching this video, if you're using Metzler, what's been your experience? Sometimes people like to say things just to hear themselves talk. If I know something, I'll be glad to share it. If I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know. So I don't know anything about the Metzlers. I will tell you that if I was broke down on the side of the road and I need a Metzler tire, it's going on there. So, but I've just never tried it. I can't say one way or the other, but I'm sure they're good tires.
Okay, that Dunlop is not bad. I'll just hang on to them for a while, and I thank you so much for your input.
Yeah, just try, and that's the thing about stuff like tires and things. You have to try different brands and just kind of see what you like. I've just always been a Bridgestone guy. I've used Dunlops. I like Bridgestone, but you have to try different brands and just kind of see what you like. And Metzler may be better than them both. I don't know. I've never used them, so I just don't know.
Okay.
And
I can appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, and I'm going to continue watching your channel.
Okay, thank you, Vernon. Thank you. Appreciate it from Maryland. All right, thank you, Vernon. And that was Vernon calling in. And I'm gonna read a couple more comments. I'll probably take one more call, then I'm gonna cut this off because I want to keep the first lady happy. I'm gonna read a couple more comments and take one more call. Glenn, Chris, what do you think of the Wing D Riders Association? Well, I've tried to put a couple of my videos up on Wing D's Rider Facebook, and every time I try to put one of my videos up, Goldwing related. This is not, something to glorify me or anything like that. Case in point, I tried to put the video of my Heili bars installation on Wing D's Rider page, and they declined me. So every time when I make a video, especially an installation video, I'm not talking about me just riding and having a good time, but like certain videos, like an installation or something that I really know is important, I've tried to put it up on their page and they decline me every time. So there you have it. I don't have an opinion about them one way or the other, but I just know that when I try to make the videos and send it out there to the people that I know ride Goldwings, they have declined me every time. Who does it? I don't know. Why they do that? I don't know. I just know that Wing D Rider, they decline me every time. So with that being said, I will not be at any Wing D Riders events. Now that may change, but right now at this point, I don't see myself going to any of their events, because the videos that I'm putting out there is to help you guys. And if it's for, legitimate Goldwing business, I don't understand why they keep declining my videos. So maybe you guys can tell me. So with that being said, I don't know, but I've heard, and I don't know if this is true or not. I heard that they own what's that dealership up there? I heard they're all tied in together. I must be getting old. I can't think of the name of it. Knee House. I don't know if that's true or not. I heard that those are the same people. I've had good dealings with Knee House, but I don't know what's going on with Wing D Rider. So I don't know if that's the same people or if those are two separate entities. I love Knee House, but I don't like how Wing D Rider has done when I want to, send my videos on installations about the Goldwing through their Facebook, and they keep declining my vids. So what do I think about them? I don't, and I'm just keeping it real. Roll with soul, happy wife, happy life. Glenn, so you're correct. Glenn, thank you for your opinion. Smooth Ride said he used Metzler's on his 97 ZX11. Great for racing and cornering, like he said. Glenn says Nashville has a nice dealer. He loved the BMW, but they are a bit top heavy. Roll Glide, always pro Chris. Thank you for the input. Roll with soul. Chris, I haven't graduated up to the Goldwing yet for now. I'm still loving my Honda Rebel CMX 1100 DCT. I just wanted to get your opinion on Metzler tires as opposed to stock Dunlop tires. Roll Glide mentioned Heartland Honda. Barry Wilson, if you see my bike on the trailer, call the police. He laughed at that. DC, lots of respect for all of y'all that follow this man. He definitely knows the wing. Cheers from Alaska. DJ on the wing said, Chris, how you doing? How you doing, DJ on the wing? Big thanks to you, to Honda, for making the 6-speed manual available on the non-tour. I'm not going to even read that comment. I'm going to take one more caller. Last caller. We're going to wrap this up. One caller. If you want to call in real quick, I'm going to give you a quick opportunity, and then I'm going to end this in just a couple more minutes. 901-468-9032. If you want to get on, now is the opportunity. I'm not sure when my next live feed will be. Tonight is your night. 901-468-9032. The phone line is wide open. I'm going to leave it open for 1 minute, and I'm shutting this down. And we're talking about the 2024 Honda Goldwing. Horace Gansey said, hey, Chris, I installed a belly pan I got from Wing Stuff. And since I put it on my 2006, I've experienced feeling more heat from the bike than usual. I just wanted to know, is anyone else experiencing the same thing? I took the front of the pan off to see if it made a difference, but it didn't. Now, don't get me wrong. I like the needed belly pan, but I wasn't expecting the extra heat. And that was from Horace Gansey. I've never heard of that. I have belly pans on both of my bikes. I've always ran with a belly pan. I've never experienced any additional heat. Marcus Hope saying he just shouting out from the ATL representing. He's very satisfied with owning and riding the old school Honda Goldwing. He really gets the job done. He's still riding dark side. He absolutely love it 100%. And that was from Marcus Hope and the ATL. You're on with Caliente. You're the last caller. We live in a Caliente Garage. Go ahead.
Hey, what's up, Chris? This is DJ with DJ on the Wing. How you doing there?
DJ on the Wing. What's going on? Tell everybody where you're calling from, DJ on the Wing.
Hey, man, I'm good to talk to you finally. We text back and forth quite often. And I was just recently listening to your video you put out about your wish list, if I can say that.
Yes, sir.
For what you wanted on the new wing, whether it's 2024 or the 2025 coming up.
Right.
And as you know, I ride a 2008, and I recently rented a 2021 manual, the 6-speed.
Okay.
And man, just like you, I didn't find that bike comfortable at all, just because I ride the 2008 a lot.
Right.
The smaller fairing, the seat wasn't as comfortable, and you know, all little things like that. And so yeah, I wanted to just let you know I totally agree with you there on your shopping list, if I can say that, of things I would like to see on a new wing too, before I would think of even upgrading to a newer model Goldwing. Yeah. And
you say yours is, now you calling from California, correct?
Yeah, I'm out in SoCal.
Okay, you in Southern California, and you got the 2008?
I'm on a 2008, yeah, the airbag model.
Okay, and you rode a Honda Goldwing manual, but you wasn't too happy with the way it felt?
Yeah, I my wife and I took a trip that was about 1,100 miles, and so had quite a bit of time on the bike. And one of the first things I noticed was, obviously when you get on the freeway, you don't have the wind protection, and that the older bike gives. And then also the seat. Oh my gosh, the seat was not as comfortable as the older wing is.
Okay.
I know on your you've got the 2016, and then you have the 2021. I think it was 2022.
Yeah, 2021. I got both models.
You changed the seat on your one, right?
That's correct. Yeah. That is 100% correct. The truth shall set you free. I mean, you just got to be honest, man. I mean, it's, when they first changed the Honda Goldwing, because I came off the big Goldwing. I had the 2014. I bought it brand new. I upgraded to the 2016. I bought it brand new. And when it came out with the 2018, which was a new model, it felt so different from the big bike. It was a total different feel. And to be honest with you, at that time, I wasn't digging it. I wasn't, it was just something that it wasn't for me. I waited about 3 years and I tried it again. And I still wasn't 100%. Let me back it up. And I've said this before. Some people may know this story. Before I bought this 2021 DCT, and I picked this up from Southern Honda Power Sports. So shouts out to Southern Honda Power Sports out in East Ridge, Tennessee. If anybody need a good deal on a Honda Goldwing, Southern Honda Power Sports out in East Ridge, Tennessee. Well, they had an F6B for sale. It was a bagger model, the Goldwing without the trunk. And I was looking for a second bike to take miles off of my original 2016 Honda Goldwing. So I saw the bike online, and I called them. I worked the deal out over the phone, and all I had to do was come pick the bike up. So I went up to East Ridge, Tennessee, and I took the F6B for a test ride. Keep in mind, it was a deluxe, but it didn't have no trunk on it, no accessories. It was bare bone, basically, the way it came from Honda, F6B. And I rode that thing, man, and it didn't feel right. I didn't have nothing against my back. It was no top box on it. It was no cruise control. It just felt naked. A lot of stuff was missing, man. And I'm just used to a big wing with all of the amenities on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I took it back to the dealership because I was doing a test ride. I took it back to the dealership, and I told them, I said, I can't buy this bike. And they said, why not? I said, well, for one, I noticed it does have a low speed wobble. The previous generation does get a low speed wobble sometime around 15 to 20,000 miles, where you have to retorque the stem neck bearing back down. But anyway, it had a low speed wobble. But I just didn't like the way it feel. It didn't feel right. So I told them, hey, no big deal. I just can't buy the bike. And they said, well, what about this 21 DCT? I said, no, I don't want that. And they was like, well, why not? I said, well, because, it just wasn't the bike for me. Make a long story short, I explained to the guy, hey, I make the YouTube videos. And then they realized who I was. I guess they didn't know at first who I was, but they realized who I was. And they said, well, Chris, we would really like for you to get this bike. Let's make a deal, man. We want you to get this bike and we think you'll like it. Make a long story short, I bought the bike, and I still wasn't, because I was just used to the big bike. And make a long story short, I started putting my accessories on it, and I got into kind of personal, because I was just going to buy the bike just to ride around to run some errands in. And I started putting my accessories on it. I started adding things to it and making it more personal. And man, something took over. I couldn't stop. I got on the road. And I will say now, here in the future, here in 2023, I love this bike. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Initially, I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like the seat. It's a lot of things about the bike I didn't like. I'm not gonna be honest. I'm just being honest with you. But I had to personalize the bike and make it my own. To me, the seat is probably going to be the most expensive thing the most expensive accessory you can buy at one time, other than wheels. So that was kind of last on my list. I feel like if you buy a new Honda Goldwing, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to replace the seat on this model. On the previous generation, the seat was fine. You don't have to replace it. Unless you just want to change the look. On this particular model, in my opinion, Honda did not give you the best seat, in my opinion. I highly recommend an ultimate seat. If not an ultimate, at least a Corbin. But you got other seats out there. But a custom seat. Any custom seat is better than the stock seat. I added my accessories. I added the wind deflectors to block the wind. The problem that you was having with the wind, I added some wind deflectors. I started adding lights, and I started adding things that I know the bike need. Highway pegs, which you would probably put that on any bike. I started adding things to it to make it more enjoyable. I put Heili bars on there. I got the ultimate seat on there. I got all my Gold Strike accessories. I went with the wider windshield. I went with the F4 custom windshield that they made for this model. The biggest windshield that I told F4, give me the biggest windshield you got for this bike. With all that being said, to make a long story short, here in 2023, I love this DCT. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
But stock, like just bare bone, I didn't like it. So I say that to anybody, if you buy a Honda Goldwing, whether it's a DCT, whether it's a bagger, whether it's a tour model, whether it's a previous generation, you're gonna have to personalize it. You're gonna have to make it your own. But straight off the floor, stock, out the crate, I mean, some guys can rock with a stock bike, but for me, I had to personalize it. I had to put my Gold Strike lights on it. I had to change the seat, highway pegs, floorboards, cup holder, phone holder, wider windshield, wind deflectors. Once I started adding the things on there that I really, that I know I like to make my ride experience better, it changed everything for the best. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I watched your video when you did the install of the Heili bars. Did that change the ride considerably for you?
For the new style Honda Goldwing?
On the older Goldwing specifically.
On the older Goldwing, it lifts the bars up. The thing I like about the Heili bars is they're adjustable. Imagine buying a automobile and there's only one seating position. You can't adjust the seat.
Okay.
So when you buy a car, the first thing you do when you get in it, you adjust the seat. You lift the back up, you push the seat back, you get it to where you want it, you adjust the steering wheel, and then you take it out for a ride. The Heili bars give you the same option. You can adjust them. You can bring them to you. You can raise them up. You can go back. So you can adjust the bars to your comfort level, as opposed to just one sitting position or one handlebar position on the Honda Goldwing. So it's versatile. So I love the Heili bars.
I recently did a 2,000-mile trip over 5 days. And after like the second or third day, I could really feel my shoulders getting really tired, and so I was wondering about that.
Yeah. Again, a good seat and good Heili bars, that'll make a big difference.
Okay.
Like I said, the bike is not for everybody. I like the bike. It's a good bike. I've ridden it from, here to California and Colorado and Utah and some of the northern states. I've been everywhere on that bike. It's a good bike. I really love that DCT.
Your bike is looking sharp, man. On your video you did with your Gold Strike accessories, it's like you say, it's uniquely yours. There's no other bike that looks like it anywhere, no matter what you're looking at.
Yeah, and
it's
the thing,
really good looking.
I'll say this: a lot of times I'll walk out to my garage and I'll look at the DCT, and I'll look at the previous generation, and I'll look at the DCT, and I'll look at the previous generation, and I can't figure out what I want to ride that day. I'm just being honest with you. I like the bike. I added the lights on it, the additional lighting. I love the LEDs on the bike. Now, hands down, I will say this: the previous generation is more comfortable. Hands down. But the features of this bike makes up for the difference. The Apple CarPlay, the Android Auto, the electronic windshield, the key fob. I like that. You walk away from the bike, it locks the saddlebags. I like that. I like being able to see my fuel range. I like being able to see my tire pressure, as opposed to the previous generation. They just give you a light. So if your battery is low, light pops on. But at least with this model, you can see what your tire pressure is. Now, we're not talking about phobos, but we're just talking about from the factory. So I like that about the bike. I like did I say electronic windshield? I like the LED lights. I like the big trunk. Now
we just need Honda to put a voltmeter on there. That's all.
Yeah, I had to put, that was another thing. I had to put a voltmeter on the bike. So once I did those things and made it, once I did those things and personalized it, it changed everything. I put the Gold Strike grips on it. You know, I have no complaints. I mean, I can complain, but I don't have no complaints. But, you know, to each his own. I just say, if you don't like the bike, it may not be for you. But whatever bike you buy, you're going to have to personalize it, add some accessories to it, and then fix it up and make it your own.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good.
And you're going to have to change the seat. In my opinion, that seat is not, you're going to have to change it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree on that.
Yep. I mean, you can keep riding it and maybe it'll break in and get better, but the seat on this new Goldwing, I'm not a big fan of. On the previous year, it was fine. I can ride that one forever. Yep. Well, okay, DJ on the wing, I appreciate you calling.
All right, man. Good to chat to you. You stay safe out there.
Okay, hold it down out there on the West Coast.
Will do.
Okay, thank you.
Later.
All right, thank you, DJ on the wing, and I appreciate it. That was DJ on the wing calling from the West Coast, and it's time for me to end this live feed. I've actually been on for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. And we was talking about the 2024 Honda Goldwing, some of the things that I missed in the last vid, some of the things that we would like to see on the new Goldwing, the colors. We talked about your likes, your dislikes, and we even had the opportunity to talk to some of you that called in. So everyone that called in, Brian from Indiana, I appreciate it. Jeremy from Wisconsin, thank you. Randolph from New York City, I appreciate you, my brother. Gerald from Canada, that's got the 06 Honda Goldwing, I thank you for calling in. Will from Fayetteville, I'm glad you got the wobble situation fixed. Glenn from Middle Tennessee, I appreciate it. Also, Derek Cross from Alaska that called. I appreciate you from calling in, Derek Cross. Gary Williams from Kentucky. Thank you. I appreciate it. Vernon called from Maryland. Thank you, Vernon. And last but not least, DJ on the wing. And so I apologize to anybody that tried to get in. I know my phone line was kind of blowing up. I know Mr. Charlie Brown tried to get on. I was not able to speak with you. But thank you for calling in. Shouts out to the godfather of the Honda Goldwing, Mr. Charlie Brown out there in East Ridge, Tennessee. One of my good friends who've been holding it down. Man, he's such a great guy, and I love him. Mr. Charlie Brown, thank you, my brother. We'll talk to you here in a day or so. So I'm gonna end this live feed. Thank you. If you guys want to continue to support the channel, y'all click that thanks button and make a small donation. It's things like that that helps me to keep the videos going. So if you guys like this vid, I want you guys to click the like button. I want everybody to chime in. Let me know if you want to see more live feeds like this. I know some of you have been asking, when do I do the live in the Caliente Garage? Unfortunately, I don't have a schedule, so it's just pretty much random. That's why you have to tune in and stay tuned, because you never know. You know, I try to change it up. You know, I try to give you guys some different types of videos to keep you entertained. So all of my 20,000 subscribers, I appreciate you. Everybody that tuned in tonight, I appreciate you. I'm sure Honda might watch this video. So you can leave some comments. You never know. Maybe they'll respond to some of your comments. And I appreciate you guys. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lady Love. Daryl Whittington, appreciate you. Marcus Holt out of the ATL, all of you guys. Christy, Teal, Kenneth Dupree. Man, I can be on this thing all night. So we're going to do it again. Let me know what y'all think. You know, I'm going to read y'all comments. Let me know what y'all think about me doing this some more in the future. This is your boy Chris. Out in the Caliente Garage. Out in the Caliente Garage. And I will talk to you guys later.